Buying a home? Don't panic. Just listen to the rest of this podcast. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Home Inspection Authority's Straight Talk Podcast with me, John LaForme. I'm a CREA certified home inspector from Los Angeles, California, and the topics we discuss on this podcast are about buying homes, selling homes, inspecting homes. So if you're a home inspector, home buyer, real estate professional, this podcast is definitely for you. All right, so I'm sitting here today with Rory Foley from Chimney Doctor. By the way, hang on, before we go any further, something I got to tell everybody, and that is Rory is also a Hollywood stuntman. And we're going to get into why I'm saying that a little later. So anybody who was listening to the roofing podcast I did last month, we talked about a couple daredevils getting up on roofs and chimneys and stuff. And this is one of the guys I was actually talking about. Yeah. And he actually was, how did you hear about it? Did you see it on Instagram or something?
I saw you on Instagram, and I saw that you're talking about.
Oh no, you saw the YouTube video.
I saw the YouTube video, but I thought I saw it through. I don't know where I saw it. I thought it was posted on Instagram, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it was on both actually.
But yeah, I saw that. And it was a really funny story, and I do remember that. That was a couple years ago, but yeah, they were like, "What are you doing up there?" And I'm like, "Inspecting the chimney." You're like, "You're crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess it's a little." Yeah, it was a very tall ladder, so.
That was a very tall ladder and a very scary roof to climb because there was literally nothing there for you to grab onto.
Yeah.
And that's what my concern was. Like, okay, I can understand putting the ladder up and climbing the ladder. I get all that. But then you climbed over, which, by the way, I think your ladder was only this high above the roof. Yes. And then you climbed over it and you did the bear crawl all the way over to the fireplace.
Yeah. I take it a lot easier. Now I have a drone, so I don't
smart man. That was going to be another question for you right there.
So, on dangerous roofs or, tile roofs that I think will crack, I do the drone now so that I don't have that liability while I'm doing inspection.
Yeah. Why, turn a simple job into a liability claim? It's just it's just not worth it. But anyway, tell everybody about yourself, Sure. What about your company, what you offer?
Yeah. Well, my name's Rory Foley. I've been doing level 2, mostly chimney inspections for the last 10 years in the Los Angeles area. I have a company called Chimney Doctor. I also have another inspector that I'm training right now, but right now I'm by myself. And actually, the company was started years ago in the 90s by a guy named Mike Lowe. So the company.
I met Mike a long time ago.
Yeah. So he's sometimes comes around and does inspections, but he's mostly retired. But now, I just been doing inspections full time for the last 10 years. My dad actually, there was an earthquake in the 1994 in Northridge, and a lot of chimneys were damaged at the time. And actually, my dad did a lot. He was a local contractor, and he did a lot of those rebuilds.
Okay, well,
or he ran the crews doing that. So I come from
You mean the chimney rebuilds?
The chimney rebuilds, in the 94 earthquake. So I used to do construction with my father, and so I come from a construction family. But I kind of got into it because the construction background, and then people I know were home inspectors, and then one of them had a chimney inspection company. So he taught me a lot of inspecting because it's different than doing.
Yeah, inspecting is a lot easier than carrying the bricks, right?
It's a lot easier, but you have to know more things than just being you need to know a lot of different things about a lot of different systems. So So
that'll segue us right into another question for you, which I want the people listening, whether you people listening are just home buyers or home inspectors. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I do say the wrong thing on occasion.
Yeah, no, okay.
I misspeak sometimes. So am I correct by saying that in California, you need to be a licensed contractor to do chimney inspections?
Actually, no, you don't need to be a licensed contractor to do chimney inspections, but there are a lot of licensed contractors that do that. You can get, you could learn from a licensed contractor and do them yourselves, but you can get certifications. There's the fire certification.
Okay.
And there's...
So is that mandatory? Is what I meant.
No, there is no mandatory. It is not mandatory to get any certification. Like a home inspector usually needs to be CREA.
No, that's not required.
It's not required. Oh, okay. Or not. Well, they do have certification.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I don't know as much, but it is good to have somebody who, knows all the different systems. I would trust, if I was hiring a chimney inspector, I would trust somebody who that's all they do, and they're very familiar with all the systems.
Sure.
Or a contractor. Usually, the thing about contractors is that they are usually selling the work too, so they have an incentive for that. But there are some
a little bit biased there.
A little bit biased, yeah. And sometimes they may recommend something that's like the Cadillac of something than what is. You
mean what? I could have got the Volkswagen.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They will recommend something that is probably good, but may not be necessarily needed. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there are good contractors out there, and then there's, I'm not going to name names, but there are some really not good chimney contractors.
You mean shitty contractors?
Yes.
Just go ahead and say it, man. Let it out.
There are some like you're a home inspector. You'll see stuff and you're just like blown out of your mind, like what you see that on work, and you're like, some of it's dangerous, and you're like, what the, so it's pretty shocking sometimes. I've seen some. Maybe we could go over some horror stories, but
we're gonna go over some horror stories.
Okay, yeah, sure.
But let's slow down a little bit and go and stay on top of. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want you to share with me and everybody else. What goes through your head when you see like the worst fucking job. You're staring at the worst job that you've just inspected. Going. Are you like just scratching your head? Are you trying to share your thoughts with somebody else? I mean, what's going through your mind when you see something like that?
Usually I'm like, in a way I'm like shocked or surprised. And sometimes it breaks the monotony of doing inspections all the time. Just you do the same thing over and over.
Sure. Yeah.
Day in and out. So you're like, whoa, there's stories you can talk to, your friend. I have friends that are chimney contractors and, just, I'll be like, oh, you won't believe what I saw, or, you know what I mean? And then they'll be like, oh, I actually have found things that were, FUBAR, and told a chimney contractor, and he's like, oh, I inspected that 10 years before, and they didn't change it. So I've seen things that are like, I would think a contractor should go to jail for just the willful neglect or doing stuff.
Because they're safety hazards.
Yeah, yeah. And then just stuff that are mistaken and missed, So I've seen the broad spectrum. But what I wanted to say about that was you'll see even in new construction, really, like people, even in really nice.
I know, I've seen it.
Homes, like $80 million homes. I just did an $80 million home in West Hollywood Hills yesterday.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you could get a house for that much. That's a lot,
I know.
Man.
I mean, sometimes, there are some crazy real estate out here.
You're going to share with us who the celebrity was?
I don't know. It was a lawyer that I was dealing with. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not mention him.
No, I'm not. I don't think I didn't sign an NDA, but I don't think they want me to say anything.
Right.
Usually privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we're in LA, right? You meet celebrities, you do stuff for famous people. Yeah,
every once in a while you bump into people.
Exactly.
I did an inspection for the guy from Animal House.
Which one?
The clean cut guy who's head of
those the fraternity. Yeah, I know the actor.
The black hair.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I know exactly.
But he was totally.
He's
cool.
like suave, wears nice suits. Yeah,
he was the one getting all the girls.
Yeah, getting all the girls. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
What the hell is his movie name? I'm trying to think of his character's name.
Oh, the character name. Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna look it up. I'll get back to that. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. But anyway, he was really cool. I showed up and he was just like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's buying a bunch of little houses in this little hillside.
Oh, that's cool.
And he had already lived there, so he was just buying some stuff. But yeah, I don't see a lot of celebrities.
Okay.
I just see a lot of rich people.
That's true. There's a lot of rich people in Los Angeles.
They're always standing on their wallets when they talk to me.
Yeah.
When it comes to inspecting a chimney as a home inspector, I don't touch them.
Yeah.
I disclaim them from the beginning. The very first phone call I get from a customer, I do not do chimneys. You need a person who specializes in that. Why, they ask? How come you don't do chimneys? Well, I've hired other inspectors before and they did my chimney. Yeah, but at the end of that chimney inspection they did, what'd they do? They told you to get someone else to look inside the chimney, correct?
That's right. Yeah. You don't do
level 2s.
Level 2. That's
right.
Yeah.
So let's discuss what the difference between a level 1, level 2, and a level 3 is.
Sure.
So a level 1, you can just explain it if you know it off the top of your head.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go verbatim what it's, but they're set out in the National Fire Protection Association sets out what these are. But a level 1 is basically doing a visual inspection of readily accessible areas of the fireplace and chimney. Right. So it's stuff that, like, if you're on the roof, you would just look at what the condition of the chimney on the roof is. You would also look in the fireplace, their firebox is what they call it.
Sure.
What we call it. Just stuff you can see with your flashlight.
Right.
Very accessible things. So that's what a level 1 is. But the National Fire Protection Association, they set out standards of building construction. A lot of code is based off of their standards. It's an organization that sets out construction standards for fire safety. It could be like sprinklers, chimneys, building materials for construction. It all has to do with fire safety.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot what was I going to say. They have they recommend, you kind of brought that up before to me. There isn't a requirement to do a level 2 chimney inspection, but this organization says to do it.
Okay.
Anytime a home is sold. So most actually real estate agents and don't know that, and some recommend a level 2, and
only those who know.
Yeah, or those who know, or
right.
I don't know which ones do or don't, but not a lot of, they don't think it's recommended, or right. Any organization says to do it.
Right.
So I do try to let them know that it's so that they do that, because I mean, if there is a organization that is for fire safety says to do it and you're not recommended, I think it's a good idea to recommend it to your client if you're
Sure.
a real estate agent. But basically a level 2 inspection, it's right here in the book. There's the levels right here. But
let me read it real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So
I could tell you what they are, but
okay.
A level 2 is the same thing as level 1, but you also are looking at not so readily available areas like in the attic, the chimney in the attic. You're looking under the house at the foundation.
Hey, let me stop you right there.
Sure.
You are the only chimney inspector I've ever seen check
in a
crawl space at the base of a chimney.
Yeah. I've heard that from other, there are a lot of them say, well,
right.
Why are you going on there? I'm like, cause I'm checking the foundation. They're like, oh, I've never seen I've heard that before. Yeah.
Right. So I got my robot under the house and I come up to the chimney, my crawl bot.
Yeah, that's great.
I come up to the chimney. I just get a visual of it for a second. Sure. It needs repointing. It's the motor's
exactly.
It's like, I'm talking about probably a 1920s house.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, oh yeah, the chimney guy's upstairs. That's right. So he'll probably come down here and look. I finish up what I'm doing. I come upstairs. He's already gone. He never even went under.
Really? Wow.
I'm like, how are you checking a damn chimney?
Yeah.
Without even looking at the base of it.
Yeah, that's unusual. That's not correct.
That's not
level 2. That's
not correct.
That's not correct. It's supposed to be a level 2. You're supposed to check those things out.
Yeah.
So I know.
So hang on.
Oh yes, finish what a level 2 is. Yeah.
So level 2 is when you're checking the attic area of the chimney, like you said.
Yeah.
The attic area and the crawl space area, if accessible.
Exactly. So it's accessible areas if you can get down there.
Right.
And it includes a video inspection of the interior of the chimney, which no home inspector really has that equipment to do that.
So yeah, let's talk about your tools you require. So the level 1, all I need is a flashlight, right? And a brain?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So level 2, I need what? A sewer scope? What do you use?
It's similar to a sewer scope. It has a rod system, and then you mount a camera to the top of it with a light system on it, and it videos where you can take pictures of flaws or defects.
Do you
or
have
damage.
to like turn it to get each side, or is it take a picture like a three?
You turn it. I mean, there are different systems. They've evolved, but I've been doing it a while. I like my system, so I like to be able to just turn it myself and see. Because they have ones that automatically do it, and then anyway, there's different systems, but you're supposed to turn it and look at all the surfaces,
right?
And then they have you get a smaller camera for the gas vents, because the gas vents are metal vents that are a lot smaller than masonry flues or prefabricated metal flues for wood burning fireplaces.
Now, what would a camera like that cost? That whole system to do that?
Well, the one that I know and that is used, I think it's the biggest company. It's around like 4,500, 5,000, I think, with the camera. Yeah, everything.
Oh, that's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I really want to talk about this, because, this whole thing that home inspectors do chimneys, to me, is just wrong. I think that's a misconception. I'm really against it. Yeah, I'm really against it. And I'll tell you why, because when you're telling your customers that, oh yeah, I'm going to do your chimney too. And then you tell them, they say, oh, how's the chimney? Well, it looks good on the outside, but I can't see on the inside. I mean, if I was a consumer,
there's some home inspectors that will say that or something, or
no.
Okay.
Let me finish. Yeah, let me finish my point. Yeah. So what I'm getting at is, if someone calls me for home inspection and they say, "Oh, do you do chimneys?" Let's say I do chimneys for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna do your chimney according to the standards of practice that I follow
of the
CREA,
CREA,
of CREA. So now let me tell you what that is. So the CREA standards is items to be inspected: the chimney exterior, that's a no-brainer. The spark arrestor, whether there is one or not.
Mm-hmm.
The firebox, which is the actual fireplace opening.
Yeah.
The damper, which is right above the firebox.
Mm-hmm.
The hearth extension, is it in contact with wood? Is it all made out of wood?
Yeah.
So we're looking for that. But here's the good point right here. This is what I want you to grasp onto here. The inspector is not required to inspect the chimney interiors.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is where the problems are.
Yeah.
Inspect fireplace inserts, seals, or gaskets, which could be a problem, right? Fire hazard, right?
But if they're not, yeah, exactly.
And then we're not required to operate the fireplace or determine if a fireplace can be safely used.
I got
So what is the point of a home inspector even having this on his list of things to do? That to me is just silly. I don't
Oh, you mean even doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, the only thing I could see is that maybe they'll see something and recommend a chimney inspector from looking at those things.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Why have us look at it, say that we're going to look at a chimney if we can't look at it properly?
Oh, properly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, because you're supposed to get a level 2, and maybe realtors have the misconception that you're looking at it. So I think it's just something that realtors need to be, or real estate agents need to be educated on, that home inspectors, they're not there to do it for.
That's as far as we take
that
it.
That they need to do a level 2, and the level 2 is with the chimney inspector.
And that's my point today.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's like, it's like if I compare doing a chimney inspection to an HVAC inspection. Okay.
Yeah.
I can really give my customer a really good evaluation of the condition of that HVAC system, because I can reach it.
Yeah,
I can access it. 99% of the time, I can get to the ducting. Sometimes I can't see the ducting, but overall, I can let them know, you know what, this system's working good. The temperature splits are good. Yeah. The ducts have been upgraded. The system's only about 7 years old, or maybe the system's 40 years old. I have a lot of information I can tell them that can really help them. So that's the difference between that in comparison to me doing a chimney inspection. Oh, wow, yeah, you have a chimney. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks like there's a log in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, there's a gas valve in there. Oh,
yeah, you can't even turn it on. Yeah, right? So, yeah.
It's just, I just don't agree with this part of the CREA standards.
Got it.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. So there's a few other inspectors I know out there who are like me, who won't even touch them, and they disclaim it from the very beginning.
Gotcha.
I don't want nothing to do with them, because I can't do the job that needs to be done.
I totally understand what you're saying. I have that same feeling, like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I've done an inspection where I'm like, I can't even access most of this thing. I feel like, I mean, I'll write a report, but I'm like, you know what? I actually don't know a lot about, I'll disclose in a report if I can't see vent stuff and you know what I mean? So I feel like, like, I know what you're talking about is what I'm trying to say is that like, I really can't give you a very strong evaluation with the access I have, you know, so I understand what you mean by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why it's even considered. It's
Yeah.
kind of strange. So did you do a job today?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd it go? Anything
went
interesting?
Well, it was a house that was built probably about 4 years ago in West Hollywood. It was one of those McMansion, you know, modern style houses.
McMansion.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it had since 2009, the construction code has changed where you have to install gas fireplaces in new construction. So that's what it has in there.
So no more brick fireplaces.
No more brick yeah, in California since 2009, it's gas fireplaces.
Right.
And typically the direct vent. I don't know if you want to start looking at visual aids now, but going
shortly,
into differences.
Shortly,
okay, so it was a newer gas fireplace. It was re-inspection actually. I went there and the installer, when the original build actually installed the wrong chimney vent, so the flue or the metal vent wouldn't actually exhaust the gases properly. So I went out there and inspected again, and they didn't. This is what happens a lot is when I go back for re-inspection, especially on new construction. It's sad to say, typically most of the things you point out don't get fixed. So
same with a home inspection.
Oh, same with the home inspection. Okay, yeah, it's very frustrating.
Exact same.
Okay, I got it. So like, I don't know if you do new construction, like,
yep.
And then you write all these things, and then sometimes they'll have you come back.
Yep.
And they're like, "Did this get fixed?" And you're like, "No, it didn't." It's
worse.
It's yeah. Sometimes it is worse. So yeah. So half the things weren't fixed. There were some damaged components to the fireplace. So you know, you have to say, well, I'm just gonna write up the same thing pretty much as the previous report, and it needs to get fixed.
And once again, you just want to strangle somebody.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's the most. I would say that's one of the most frustrating parts is the new construction, and I don't know. I know it's sometimes costly to fix things because their finishes are definished, and but if the standard is the standard, like on gas fireplaces, the manufacturer has very clear standards of how it needs to be installed.
Right.
And it states in their installation manuals, this is not a safe installation if you do not follow these standards. So I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. And, but it seems like they are just, oh, maybe they won't see it, or I don't know what's going on, but it's very typical for me to come back and it's not fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's no fun. I've been down that road with brand new McMansions in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
Skylight issues.
Yeah.
I come back and it's worse.
Yeah.
Like, it's worse.
Yeah. Like they did. So instead of, maybe it would cost more to do it right, but now you've made it worse. You know, it's like, yeah.
It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Crazy. So let's see. Let's take a look at a few photos here.
Sure.
So by the way, this is your website, Chimney Doctor.
Oh yeah. So that's my website. If you want to,
you don't do repairs, do you?
Ever need no, we don't do repairs. I actually have a list of contractors. I've seen their work that do good work, and I will have them send an estimate if work.
Well, that's good. So that puts you in the, you're not a biased person looking at a job. It's like I'm not a biased person. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything.
Exactly. So
I'm just here to tell you what's going on. So Corey's the same. Corey, I knew I was going to call you Corey.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Rory is the same. He's a non-biased chimney inspector, so he's not there to sell you anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a big plus to that, and a lot of people don't get that.
Yeah, exactly. So I just write up a full report, measure things so that a contractor can do an estimate off my report with pictures and everything like that. So that's what I typically do.
All right, so I got some photos here from you, and I'm just going to put them into the gallery here, and you can just kind of...
well, I don't know what order. Yeah, okay.
Just kind of slowly describe what we're looking at.
Yeah. So, so in the night there, let's backtrack a little bit. So there was an earthquake in 1994.
Big time.
A big earthquake that damaged a lot of masonry chimneys all throughout LA County, really, in a lot of different areas. It was in Northridge, so a lot of areas near Northridge, but even down, I've seen it in Hancock Park. They have a lot of masonry chimneys there, but a lot of chimneys got structurally damaged, and a lot of them were corrected or rebuilt in '94 and around that time period. The city building department came out with an engineered city detail on how to correct it, on how to rebuild it.
Right.
But during that time, it was kind of like the Wild West, where people were just doing, right after the earthquake, just doing repairs that weren't structurally engineered.
Just selling a service.
Yeah. And because there was so much work, and then people were cutting corners and not doing what's required by the city. And people go, well, it got permitted and inspected, but sometimes I think you run into this too, where people go, this was permitted and inspected by the city, but I don't know if they actually, I don't know. They don't do camera inspections, or
they drive by the house.
Yeah. So that, like, it depends on some of them are more detailed than others. And a lot of things do get missed during that I've noticed.
Sure.
Well, we've noticed that. You were saying, how did that happen? These houses are inspected by the building department, right? Yep. So I don't know, things get missed.
Let me explain that to you.
Yeah.
Man built it, man screwed it up, and man will fix it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I tell all my customers.
Yeah.
And I'm here to let you know it needs to be fixed again.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. So anyway, they're supposed to be rebuilt with metal chimneys when they're structurally damaged. There's I have actually one part of it, but.
So is this inside a metal chimney?
Yeah. So this is actually the bottom of where the chimney was taken down to. So there's the masonry that's left over.
Yep.
And then there's the metal chimney. And this is incorrect. This is an incorrect repair. There's supposed to be a layer of concrete of 10 inches tall that is sitting on top of here. So it's called a bond beam.
Oh, okay.
So they don't even have a bond beam. It's just a metal pipe sitting on this.
It's not sealed at all.
Yeah, exactly. So this is something sometimes you'll see where there is no proper transition where
Correct.
heat can get out.
Sure.
And then I don't have a picture of it on the other side, but on the other side of it, they put a wood box around. It's called a chase. And so there's wood all around this, where
Right.
that's not sealed. So I do see that sometimes where it just does not follow the repair, and it did get permitted, or they'll open a permit and don't get a final inspection. But
right. So now on this note here, I'm going to ask you a question as a homeowner, not a home inspector.
Oh, okay.
So Rory, let me ask you a question about this. So how does this affect my house?
So that's the thing, is that, we're in Southern California, so it could affect, in an earthquake, that repair it could fall over. That's a possibility. I don't know if that will happen, but it's not secured to properly to the bottom part of the masonry chimney, the new metal chimney.
Right.
And chase is not properly secured, so that could, topple over possibly.
Okay.
But the main biggest concern I have with that is that it doesn't have a sealed transition, so heat could escape and possibly catch something on fire at that transition,
like the wood around it.
Yeah, the wood around it.
Right.
There's usually a chase around it that has plywood on it,
right?
Or sometimes wood framing, which it's not allowed now, but at the very, very beginning, there was some wood framing being used.
Yeah. And typically that's all covered with stucco or some maybe wood trim to make the chimney look nice.
Exactly.
So anybody with a house with a chimney, if you look up and go, oh, okay, yeah, I see this. I see my chimney flue go all the way up and then stop, but it's all got either has stucco on it or it's got wood siding on it or brick veneer or whatever. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. So yeah, that's dangerous. Now, could I see that with a level 1?
Oh yeah. No, you definitely would never be able to see that.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. So here we go. Let's make a list. 1. Okay. Go.
Okay. Yeah.
That's one reason why you don't want a home inspector inspecting your chimney.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here to talk about that.
Yeah.
That's why I invited you on, because I want to make that point, because I really think that point needs to be made, and no one.
I got you.
You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of reasons for this.
Yes.
And these are obvious reasons.
Yes. And then one other thing is if you hire a chimney inspector, because there are some I've heard of from other home inspectors that tell me about them, because I don't see chimney. I just meet home inspectors and they tell me stories.
Yeah.
And there are some that do this, if they're just coming and doing a level 1 with a flashlight and looking up, oh yeah, it's fine. You need to hire a different chimney inspector.
Right.
Because that they're not doing a level 2.
My point exactly.
And there are some of them out there. I don't want to name names, but there are some that do that, and that's a thing that if you see that's wrong.
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah. And that's something I want to point out to real estate agents, because a lot of real estate agents look at me very cross-eyed when I tell them I don't do chimneys. Well, what do you mean you don't do chimneys? Well, there's a reason I don't do chimneys, and that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
And the whole point is you need the right person for that. Home inspectors don't possess the tools or the training to get up inside those flues and really look for what's going on.
Yes.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
So, and if we did have that, you'd be paying us to do the level 2.
Exactly. It would be
if we had the $5,000 for the gear and we had all the training we needed, then we'd be there doing your home inspection and your level 2 chimney inspection. So it would not be included in a home inspection anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So why not just save you? And you got to remember the reality of today's market. It's so fast paced.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I just opened escrow today and I got to do my inspection like within 3 days. I'm like, why'd you agree to that? That's so.
I know
that is my point.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to save people time by saying, look,
true.
I don't do chimneys, so get a chimney guy there too, so you can knock this out, because I can see that your house has 3 chimney stacks coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
And here's a good story about that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you real quick.
Okay.
Recently, within the past month, I had a guy call. He was referred to me by his realtor, who I know very well.
Yeah.
And he was hesitant about signing my inspection agreement and all this stuff. So he called me. I'm like, oh, what questions do you have? And I'll explain it to you. I have no problem with that. He goes, well, I could see it says you don't do chimneys. I'm like, well, I don't. Well, I don't. And he right away, he kind of he was a little edgy about it.
Yeah.
So he called with a little bit of angst.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I'm just real calm with him. And I go, what's your question? He goes, well, why don't you do chimneys? I've had a home inspection before and they always did my chimney. I said, that's probably correct. But if you think back to those other inspections and you read that report, I guarantee you it said at the bottom of his little statement, recommend further evaluation by a chimney specialist.
Exactly.
He goes, well, I don't know. I think he thought I was shortchanging him.
Yeah.
So
he's
then,
mistaken.
So then what I did was I said, sir, look, it sounds to me like you're not going to be happy with my service. So I'd recommend you just call another company so that you're happy. Because if you're not happy now, as soon as I show up, you're going to be looking at me going, why are you here? And why ain't you doing my chimney, damn it?
Yeah, yeah.
So I explained to him my reasoning for that. I said, look, you need to have a specialist with cameras that can scope that thing and everything to do it right. I said, so should I just cancel the inspection? He said, yeah, that's fine. And he didn't yell at me or anything. He just, okay, agreed. So we both agreed. So I just canceled it.
Yeah.
So anyway, about 10 minutes later, his realtor texted me, the one that referred me to him.
Yeah.
He goes, John, I'm so sorry. He just acting a little weird about this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I said, look, I don't know what to tell you, but I was trying to help him out.
Yeah.
Try to save some time for him.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he can get the most thorough inspections he can. She goes, I understand. I said, no worries. It's all good. It's not like it was tomorrow or anything like that. So it was a couple of days away. So there's plenty of time to renegotiate. And then he texts me 10 minutes after her. John, I've been thinking about it, and you're right. That is what I should be doing. And I said,
that's cool.
Sorry, I already booked it with somebody else.
Oh, really?
Because I did.
Yeah, because they call. I know.
The calls
busy.
are always coming. I said, sorry, sir, I can't help you now.
Yeah.
I've already someone else. I had other people on deck for that spot.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just called someone else and bam.
Yeah.
So
I know that happens.
So people think they're getting shortchanged. You're not getting shortchanged.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help you.
I have a little story about that. I do hear that where I come and inspect a house and the homeowner had a home inspection done.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, the chimney is totally fine. I had it inspected. And I'm like, did a chimney inspector? No, the home inspector. I'm like, he doesn't inspect. That's a big I hear that all the time.
It's huge.
Yeah. And then I look with the camera and I see, sometimes a damaged chimney, or like, well, how didn't he catch him? Like, cause he doesn't do it. Then they learn, they're like, man, I wish I had done a chimney inspection. Right. Yeah.
So it all starts where? With the real estate agents.
Oh yeah. So that if
you think about it,
yeah.
How does the ball roll down the hill? It starts here.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And it goes past all these different points, right?
Yeah. So I just need to better educate them.
That's it. Yeah. So, in with all that being said, with me telling everybody up front, it's in the initial email, it's in my inspection contracts.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then it's reiterated again before I show up.
Yeah.
I show up. Oh, hey, John, what kind of fireplace is that? Begins with an F. It's a fireplace. What are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, is it gas or is it wood? I said, well, was it? Let's see. I don't know if it's made out of masonry. Well, it's a wood burning fireplace.
Yeah.
It might have a gas log lighter. But can you turn it on? I'm like, no. Did you guys just forget everything I sent you?
Yeah.
I don't touch chimneys. Don't ask me to comment on it. Don't ask me to turn it on.
Yeah.
I don't turn on gas valves.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that. That's most home inspectors won't do that stuff.
Yeah.
And some that do, I think, are just playing a game of Russian roulette.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just going to do the wrong thing one day and try to be the hero, and then bam, why'd you touch my house? And then someone's suing you. So it's just not worth it.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
My point today is, people listening, you got to get the right people for the right job.
Yeah.
Home inspectors do a lot, but they don't have the tools to do what Rory does.
Yeah, I kind of look at a home inspector as like the primary care physician, right?
That's it.
And then they go, you need to see a specialist, or
right.
But if you're letting them know on the outset, this is, I don't do this and this should be done, then I guess the realtor should really understand that. Yeah.
Some do, and they take it very seriously.
Yeah. Oh no, there are some great realtors. They really know their game and everything.
There's a lot of the newer ones that just don't know any better, which I understand. Look, we're all learning.
Exactly.
Not everybody was born with all the knowledge.
Yeah.
So you have to live and learn, but you need to pay attention too.
Yeah,
and I think another message I would give to realtors is, whoever you hire to do whatever service, take the time to figure out what is included in their scope of work.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of times what happens is, oh, he checks everything. No, I cut him off right there. I was like, don't say that, because I do not check everything. And you're just going to set bad expectations with the customer.
Exactly.
And they're just going to be so disappointed.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, it's the worst.
That's the funny thing you say that. That's so true. Like I think the agents I like the most are the ones that really kind of tell them what is typical to expect sometimes the sewer line has issues. Sometimes, just let them, so that they're not like alarmed when something comes up because it's a house, things happen to the house, things happen to the chimney, things happen to the sewer line. You know what I mean? So I find that the really good agents are the ones that really just kind of preemptively set up expectations.
Set the right expectations.
Yeah, exactly. I think so, right? Because then if they do hear some bad news, like, I told you that could happen, right? So let's see how we can address this during the whole escrow process.
Believe it or not, that's why I started my podcast. To help better set expectations with people when they're doing stuff. I always tell people, buying a home, don't panic. See?
Yeah. That's true. That's a good
So
model,
it's don't panic. You just need to know what to look at. You need to know what is important and what's cosmetic.
Yeah, exactly.
And what you can just deal with later. And it's just a learning process. Some people used to live in apartments all their life, and then all of a sudden they bought a house for the first time.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, what do I do with this?
Yeah, exactly.
Get the checkbook out and just start writing checks.
Yeah.
Because that costs money to own a house.
It does. Yeah. I know. I've owned a couple of houses, so I understand that.
Yeah. So it can be expensive. But back to this. So understood, this is a bad transition. It's going to leak. It could heat up the wood.
Exactly.
I'm just kind of summarize.
Yeah.
And it could cause an array of problems. And once again, your home inspector is not going to be able to check this for you.
Definitely not. They don't have access to that at all.
So let's go to, what are we looking at here?
So this is actually a chimney I inspected like within the last 7 days. This is a chimney in Woodland Hills. This is a brick chimney and the inside is cracked. There's more pictures of it. This is a structural crack. Where you can see it penetrating into the brick right there. I don't know if you can see that right
here.
Yeah. Right there. And it spreads across usually more than one side of the flue. So and it's usually, not uniformly like a straight line. It usually steps down or up.
A step crack.
A step crack, it's called. Yeah, exactly. So that's what they call it.
Now, whereabouts inside there is this? Is this at the bottom, in the middle, at the top?
So on this one, it was right at the roof line. That is an area usually where the chimney I've seen crack is at the roof line, or there's a shoulder area where the chimney tapers into from the wider base to there. Those are typically areas where the chimney will crack. So, but the homeowner, I did this for a homeowner, not somebody who was buying the house, but they were like, they had no idea that their chimney, and it was, they didn't have any idea that their chimney was cracked, and they've been living there for years, and
they've been using it.
Well, actually, they didn't say they use it that much, but imagine you using that and there's a crack all the way through, and there's like wood right there, the roof's right there, so, but sometimes a chimney could look perfect on the outside and there will be a big crack in this inside, or vice versa. You can see a giant crack on the outside but there's more pictures in there if you want to see. But
so one thing I want to point out that we haven't talked about yet is my understanding is that when a chimney flue is leaking, and that means heat is leaking through these cracks.
Yeah.
It's not like water's leaking through it. I'm sure some cases you do have water intrusion issues because of that. But what I'm talking about now is the heat from the fireplace when it's being used.
Exactly.
The heat that penetrates these cracks and then reaches the other side of that concrete block or brick or whatever it is. If there's wood over there,
and
it keeps on heating up, that wood gets so hot it can ignite.
Exactly.
That's what I don't think they understand. They think, oh, well, how is it going to catch fire if it's way up here and my fire's way down here? It's the heat that dries out that wood, and it gets so hot, it just ignites on its own.
Yes, that's exactly what happens.
That's how fires start. That's
exactly right.
That's how fires start.
The wood dries out. Exactly what you said. That's the process. It dries out, and then it at lower temperatures, it can ignite.
Yep.
Then when it's very dried out, it's a process.
Yeah. So I just think a lot of homeowners would not consider, think of that. It's not just like thinking of it.
That's true.
How's that going to catch fire? What's the big deal? I can do that later. That's not something you want to do later. You want to
exactly.
Do it now.
And so there's the fire safety aspect of brick chimneys, but in LA especially, there's the structural safety aspect. Because who knows when there's going to be another big earthquake, and and perfectly not structurally damaged chimneys will get damaged in a big earthquake.
Sure.
You already have a pre-damaged chimney, so it's important to, know and correct the issue for your safety as living in the property.
So let me ask you this as a homeowner.
Yeah.
As a homeowner, hey, why do I have these metal bars attaching my chimney to my roof? Or why do I have metal bars attaching my chimney in the attic to the ceiling joists in my attic?
Okay. So that was probably structurally engineered. A lot of times, in the attic, I don't see that much, but I have seen that, and that's usually a structurally engineered bracing for a chimney.
Now, would that be for earthquake seismic activity?
Yeah, for earthquake seismic activity, or before, if you don't want to rebuild it to the LA City detail, the approved repair, you can hire a structural engineer, and they can drop bracing plans and then have the city approve those plans and then do what the engineer says and then have the city inspect it. So that is another way to shore up a chimney.
Yeah, because I was just wondering what's the procedure like? Does the chimney have to be so many feet above the roof for you have to put a brace?
Oh, okay, yeah. So on the rebuilds that look like a masonry chimney, they have stucco, like you were saying.
Yeah.
If the chimney is higher than 4 feet and shorter than 6 feet, you're supposed to put one brace the chase to the roof.
Okay.
It's supposed to have one brace. And then if it's more than 6 feet, it's supposed to have a double brace system.
Right.
Yeah, that's required.
I don't see those too often, but I do see them.
Yeah.
I do see the attic mounts pretty often, actually.
Oh, okay.
I see quite a bit of them. I couldn't find a photo.
Are you talking about the straps that attach to the ceiling? Yeah, that's actually standard with masonry construction is to have, there's these called seismic straps. They, when they built the brick chimney,
they're like L brackets. They're like L brackets. And they bolt right down.
Yeah, exactly. So
to the ceiling joist in the attic. So, okay. All right, cool. Want to move on to the next one?
Sure. Else? Oh, yeah. That's, I mean, just the same chimney. You can see how deep the crack goes in, and it travels all the way from that wall down and step cracks down to there. So just more illustrative, I don't know. So that's a structurally cracked chimney.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious too.
Yeah.
That's a pretty obvious crack. And it must be hard to detect stuff too with all that soot in there.
Yeah, it can be when they're very dirty, but it's not. That one is pretty clean compared to what I sometimes see.
Now, isn't there a chance of a fire hazard because of too much soot buildup and stuff?
Oh, okay, yeah, they definitely. If you have too much buildup, the buildup can catch fire and cause a chimney fire.
What is the buildup actually called?
It's called creosote.
It is creosote. Okay.
Yeah, and it just it makes a very hot fire. That could heat the chimney up with the chimney fire so hot the heat will get to the exterior and sometimes causes fires when it's not cleaned. If it's not cleaned enough, so you're supposed to. I mean, the NFPA recommends annual cleanings. I mean, if you're not in Southern California, people are not using it that much, but if you're burning wood regularly, you should have your chimney swept.
So the buildup of the creosote comes from the fire burning.
It comes from the wood fuel burning, exactly. You won't get a real buildup from gas logs in a wood burning fireplace.
I see.
Typically, you'll just get it from wood burning.
Just from regular real wood.
Yeah.
Real wood.
Yeah.
All right.
That's just more of the same crack traveling across. That cracked all the way around the chimney. That was the same.
Oh, wow. So was it wobbly on top when you pushed on it?
So then the owner told me that the chimney it wasn't when I was there tipping over, and she had her contractor move the chimney back. So this chimney was definitely so this probably was shifted and they put it back. Yeah. So she had some idea. I guess she didn't understand chimneys and the contract. I don't know why the contractor did that, but again, why do contractors do what they do? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe someday they can tell us.
Yeah. Okay. So then this is another inside of a brick chimney flue. They will be lined with clay tubes, basically.
Yep.
They're called clay liners. These can crack too. Cracks in them don't necessarily indicate like that wouldn't indicate structural damage. They crack from moisture intrusion.
Right.
Because a lot of chimneys have rebar as metal reinforcement in it, and if they expand, they can start cracking the liner, or moisture can do that. So, but when you have cracked liners, he can get through the cracks, so they need repair too. So these are things that a home inspector wouldn't be able to see that, but you would see that in a level 2 inspection.
Now, I got a question for you as a home inspector now.
Yeah.
I'm wearing many hats today.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, old masonry chimneys don't have rebar.
Exactly.
Okay.
They do not.
Now, you just mentioned rebar. So that would be a concrete block chimney? What would that be made of? Just poured, maybe like a tilt up, all poured concrete?
Well, tilt ups did have rebar in them. Yep. Those are a manufactured concrete chimney. Yep. So they have actually standards of whatever the engineering was, and the listing agency that approved it for safety, who tested it to make sure the product was safe.
Right.
But those had rebar in it. Brick chimneys have rebar, block chimneys, anything. So there was a big earthquake in the early 30s. I think it was 31 or 32 that damaged a bunch of unreinforced chimneys. So the codes changed to reinforced masonry at that time. So
how do I know what's reinforced and what's not? Is it going to have a double liner of brick around from the looking down on the top?
Yeah.
How do I identify?
Oh, as a home inspector, you're asking as a home inspector.
Yeah.
So the age of construction, anything late 30s on,
would
be typically, it should have been
reinforced.
They started really, the building department started really, making sure that all the masonry construction and the
foundation anchoring was around 33.
33. See, that was right after that earthquake that I was telling you about. So I think it was 32 was the earthquake. So, so after that, this codes change from what I've talked to old masons, is that it really started reinforced towards the end of 30s.
Yeah.
Being enforced by building department.
Yeah. There was finally some oversight.
Yeah. So late 30s on, you typically will see it'll be reinforced construction as a home inspector.
Right.
If it's a single brick chimney, meaning it's one layer wythe, that's layer, like it's called a wythe, one layer thick, then that means
they call it a wythe.
The one layer brick is a wythe.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So if it's a double wythe, it's a double layer as a brick.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I never heard that term before.
Oh, yeah. But if you see one layer brick, you see them in the older ones, that's definitely not reinforced.
Right.
There's no bars. You can't, what is it adhering to? Yeah. So,
right.
But those ones I'm sure you notice are pretty much very in poor, most of them, not all of them, are in state of deterioration and damage from earthquakes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just the LA City detail diagram of how to do the transition.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have take down the brick chimney, you would put this metal cone, and then there's an adapter, and then the metal chimney would go.
Talking to Mike.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So the metal chimney would. Here we go. Better. So there's this little collar here. The metal chimney would screw onto that collar. So that's what was missing on that picture, the first picture we showed.
Oh, gotcha.
Didn't have any of this. So yeah. So that will. There's rock wool insulation here that a perfect seal, so heat can't get out right there.
Sure.
And then this would all be poured concrete around there, 10 inches concrete beam.
Yeah. That would be a bond beam.
That would be the bond beam. Yeah.
Swimming pools have bond beams too.
Yeah, different. Yeah, structural. Bond beams.
So kind of, if I had to explain this in layman's terms, I would say if you take a water heater exhaust pipe. As a matter of fact, I just saw this yesterday, so that's why it's fresh on my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Think about a water heater exhaust vent pipe. So yesterday I was on a job, and this was a 1960s house that was just neglected, but a great fixer-upper. I'd have loved to own it myself, to be honest with you. It was really cool. But it had a lot of shit wrong with it.
Yeah.
And one of the things was the water heater exhaust vent pipe. They got a 3-inch single wall coming up. It went up about 6 inches, and then it turned into a fatter double wall, and then it went back into a smaller. So that's basically similar to what's going on, what you were describing, because they don't have the proper fit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to leak.
Exactly.
And it's just going to leak. So in layman's terms, that would be the easiest way for me to explain it.
Yeah.
You don't go from a big pipe to a small pipe. You go from a small pipe to a big pipe.
Yeah.
Is what you got to do in most venting situations.
Yeah.
So
this is vents. What I was, So direct vents are since 2009, this is what you'll see in new construction.
McMansions
or a new remodel.
Sure.
So it's a gas fireplace that has a glass front, and it will just get really hot like a radiator. It has radiant heat, and it just radiates heat off the glass. So this is something that you'll see since 2009. It has a vent that can either go up through the roof or out the side of the house, and it circulates air. It pulls in air. There's a double wall system here.
Yep.
Pulls in air down here, combusts it, and then exhausts it. So it has a circulating system, and all the components need to be working properly so it will operate properly.
So this is not going to have a chimney.
It'll have a vent. A metal vent.
Right. So I'm just saying, for a homeowner, if you have a direct vent system in your house, you're not going to have an actual chimney unless it was just decorative.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fireplace is decorative?
No. Chimney flue going up.
Oh, you mean the chase is decorative?
The chase, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's call it the flue.
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes they'll just have those for architectural reasons, just for the house, but they're not. There's no vent in the chase. Yeah.
So you may look at a house driving by it and go, oh, there's no chimney on this house. And then you go inside and, oh, there's 3 fireplaces because they're all direct vents.
Exactly.
That's my point.
That's
so
right. You're right.
The whole design of it is different.
Yes,
It's completely,
exactly.
It's a completely different animal. And you don't really have to scope too far in that one, do you?
Not on the side one. Sometimes they go through roof, but yeah. And I like these better because less chances of installation errors when it's a short run, you know? Than 2 stories.
There's only one elbow there.
Yeah. And then one other thing that's just for a homeowner's awareness is these need to have screens on the glass fronts. Very important because especially if the homeowner has children, because they get so hot that, and sometimes I see them, they don't have screens on them, but, because glass gets hundreds of degrees hot and it can burn somebody. So it's in the manuals for them that they need a screen, but
okay. That's a good point.
When they first started installing them, they weren't required. So some older ones didn't have screens. So it's just important to have screens so that people don't accidentally get burnt.
Sure. So I'm noticing on this here so that's the 2 different types of venting, or is that exactly how one would look?
No, it's just the options.
Okay.
It would have one vent. You could actually, it would usually have one vent, or this has air that pulls in on this wall space here.
Yep.
You can have one where there's 2 vents. One pulls in air and one just exhausts instead of having a dual.
It's like a water heater. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
tankless water heater.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that was just the same. The first picture we saw that there was it's just a gap right here where he can get through.
Oh, wow. That's a huge gap.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Much more of the same there.
So this is a different type of fireplace that you'll see a lot. It's a wood burning. It's called a factory built or prefab fireplace.
Is that like a 0 clearance? Something like
People
that?
call, so 0 clearance. Some of them are called 0 clearance. But 0 clearance is kind of like a misnomer. There's spacers on the outer walls of these fireplaces inside the wall. And you can, like it looks kind of like just the thing sticking out of the fireplace. So
like sheet metal.
Like sheet metal, they usually look like a V.
Right.
And you can go up to those.
So you can screw them. You can screw them in.
Well, no, just that you can put materials up to those bumps.
I see.
Or they're called spacers.
Yep.
Or standoffs. That's 0 clearance to there, but not up against the actual firebox in the wall. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can actually see on the top there, those are the spacers that I was talking about.
Yep.
So you're nothing below those. But basically these are made in factories and installed by a prefab chimney contractor. And it's basically,
I gotta confess.
Yeah.
I got a confession to make.
Yeah.
I actually remodeled one of my houses years ago, and I installed one of those.
How did you do you think?
I think I did pretty damn good.
Oh, good. I've seen.
Because I used to frame houses.
Oh, okay, great.
I'm well aware of wood being next to a fireplace is not a good thing.
Yeah, I got
So
you.
I actually bought, back then it was called like a 0 clearance.
Yeah.
I remember them talking about that. And they delivered it. I installed it myself, set it all up, leveled it, up, and I had someone else come in and do the flues.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's good. Yeah, I just needed the clearancers are important on these.
and the house hasn't burnt down yet.
Good.
It's still there.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's what's important. The clearances that you make sure the clearances are correct. But yeah, these are at each ceiling or
Fire stops. Yep.
fire stops are important. So fire doesn't spread up the chase to a second level and into the attic.
Sure.
And then they have a cover where the chimney sticks through of the structure, the chase structure. Right. So rain doesn't get down there. That's, so one thing on manufactured fireplaces, you're supposed to follow the installation requirements from the manufacturer, and building code states that. So that's the standard of construction or the building code, you're supposed to abide by that standard.
Just like driving your car. You want to follow their instructions, right? It's the same thing.
Oh, driving.
Whoever builds the car. Whoever builds the car.
Oh, okay.
You want to follow their instructions for what to do, when to change the oil.
Yeah, and do I read that often? I go to Jiffy Lube. I don't read the manuals, honestly, on my car, but I'll go every 3,000 miles.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got here.
Okay, so that's if we go, that's a prefab, that pipe that we saw on the previous diagram. That's a connection.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's jammed it in there.
Oh man, yeah. So that's a huge bent. Whoever installed this,
And that's metal. And that's sheet metal.
sheet metal, yeah. So he can just go right through that gap right there. So sometimes you see that it really bad installations like that. Yeah. But it's all through this flue. It's all over the place.
I remember, as a matter of fact, let's go back to Mike.
Yeah.
I remember when I met Mike a long time ago, one of the jobs we did, someone just remodeled this whole house, and he found that the flue was missing a section inside.
Oh man. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, where you're like, how did this happen? You know?
Yeah. I remember him telling us that. Yeah. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because the thing's missing. We're looking at a sheet metal.
Yeah. The prefab or the factory built fireplace, the metal chimney.
Okay.
It has sections that attach to each other, and at the connections, they're bent there. You can see with the arrows, the connections are completely bent in several areas where heat can just go right through those connections.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Same there.
Same. Yeah. That was really bent up on all sides of that one flue. So
that looks like it's by the firebox.
Yeah. That's the collar where it attaches directly to the top of the fireplace. And so that is, something you see a lot of, and I'm probably you do see that.
I do. And I have questions about it. So I believe I have questions on this. So you see the wood.
Yeah.
The wood hanging there, which is right below the hearth, which is probably made out of concrete, right?
Exactly. So the hearth, the support for whatever you see, the finishes, or maybe brick or tile.
Right.
Underneath it is a poured slab of concrete.
Right.
And they use these wood boards to pour it, and then they just leave the boards. A lot of times. It just is very frequently something you see a lot. And code requires you to remove all the wood under it because heat does penetrate or radiate through the hearth extension when the fireplace is on. So over time, like you said, it dries out and could ignite. So
Got it.
That's just inside with my camera. You can see that usually the flue will have a coating on it so that there's no gaps between bricks.
Right.
And the coating is a refractory cement that is an insulated coating that prevents the heat from radiating through the exterior of the chimney where there is wood frame typically. Right. So the mortar joints can wear out, and there should be it kind of look like a stucco on a house you would normally see inside of a flue. If it doesn't have a flue liner in it, it would have a coating. Right. And that doesn't have it.
No coating.
Yeah. And I guess those are all. Oh, and then this is just a typical illustration of a masonry chimney. You have, I don't know how deep you want to go into that, but you have the firebox, and then the flue is the inside passageway where the smoke goes up and heat. And then that's above the roof, there's a crown that sheds water, and there's supposed to be a spark arrestor rain cap.
Yeah, we got more pictures of that stuff. We're going to get into that.
All right. This is something you see a lot of, is that the flue liners are 2-foot sections of tubes that stack on top of each other. They have mortar filled, so there's no gaps where heat can get through the joints, and that wears out over time. So it's just something that you should, I think that was one of the questions you had for me, was what, that's something you will need to maintain as a homeowner.
Yeah.
Right?
What's the maintenance?
Yeah. The maintenance.
If I have a brick chimney versus a prefab chimney versus a McMansion chimney, what am I doing for?
Yeah.
How often do I need to call a chimney guy? Realistically, without being upsold something, you know?
Oh, okay. So I would say, this is not what the National Fire Protection Association recommends. They recommend annual inspection, but I would say it would be, they recommend annually, but it depends on the use of the fireplace. If you're using it a lot, I think it needs more maintenance.
Sure. It makes sense.
Yeah. So, if you are using it frequently, I would recommend annually, the fireplace. Even on gas fireplaces, all the manufacturers recommend annual. And I think it's a good idea with the gas fireplaces and the manufactured fireplaces that you do get it serviced or inspected. It doesn't have to be annually, but every once in a while, because moisture does sometimes, like there could be, I've seen roof leaks get into the vents and rust out the fireplace and chimney, things that, from maintenance that affect the fireplace, that have damaged fireplaces. And then, they do get dirty, and there's the servicing you need to do. There's maintenance, like a car needs maintenance. So
everything needs maintenance.
Everything needs maintenance. So I would say, depending on usage, if it's frequent, annually, and then maybe every other year would be a good idea, just to keep on top of things that could be affecting the fireplace.
Right.
Yeah.
The one more thing I would consider. I mean, if there was just a major earthquake.
You
might want to
always
check it
you're supposed
that.
to. Yeah. If there is a major wind, I don't know if that happened. Well, they have in Santa Ana, but major wind events can sometimes damage chimneys.
Yeah.
And seismic definitely should get those definitely affect chimneys, and even metal vents.
Sure.
They sometimes separate at the joints where they connect the metal vents, the metal chimneys.
Yeah. Once
And-
again, you just made a couple more points why home inspectors should not be looking at chimneys and fireplaces.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. That's all I got. I'm going to keep saying it the rest of this podcast. Stop looking at chimneys, because you're not doing your customer any good. Just tell them to get a chimney guy.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah.
Just trying to help you guys. Seriously, it's just silly to me.
Yeah.
Some things just don't make sense, right? We get what looks like a normal inside of a chimney to me. Just brick. What am I
This
missing?
is a brick chimney. There's a small gap up here, but if the chimney, typically chimneys, if they are less than 8 inches thick, they need to be coated. So if you don't have a coating inside there, then it would need to be coated.
What would the coating look like?
It would look pretty much like stucco on a side of a house.
So it's kind of like, is it like a mortar?
Oh, it's mortar. Yeah, it's
mortar.
it's a special mortar that is heat resistant and has a refractory, like heat, and it refracts heat back into the flue. And
don't be shy. Tell me all the details. When I ask you a question, I don't know.
So it's a coating that is there to withstand heat and prevent heat transfer to the exterior of the chimney.
Okay,
it's called a parge coating.
Now that's for a single. What you call them? Width?
Single width. Yeah.
Single. Is that for a single width?
Yeah.
Or
a single width. I would recommend a stainless steel liner, because the reason is that even with a coating, I don't know if a coating would be sufficient enough for that thickness. It's such a thin, nominally 4 inches thick, 4-inch thickness, which is not even close to the 8-inch thickness that you need. So the stainless steel liners are rated for zero clearance, so they will definitely insulate. They have very high insulation value.
Right.
So
here's the next dumb question I have for you. This will be a dumb question. Do you have to call Santa Claus to get in there and do all that? Because how the hell do you get that liner on the inside of that? That thing's not very wide. How the hell do you do that?
So the liner is a tube that you slip down.
No, I'm talking about the coating.
Oh, the coating. The coating, it's like a bell system, or you basically have a thing that pushes out against the wall, and you pour coating, the mortar,
and you pull
you pull it up like a bell, and then some of them have like a vibrating bell, so that it will like push the materials deep into the. And
you just, when you mix it, it's very sticky.
Yeah,
so
and it gets
sticks.
Or they have various coatings you can do. They have a spray coating you can do. You spray it with a wand that sprays in there. That
would make a great video to see how they actually put that coating on.
Yeah,
with that bell.
Yeah,
that'd make a great video.
Find YouTube definitely has it.
Yeah, I'll look later. Yeah, that looks interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, the spray coating, it takes preparation. I haven't seen a lot of spray coatings done correctly. So they're supposed to be completely sealed, no gaps anywhere in this coating, and I think people do it. usually should be done, or I think is the best app when you have like offsets in the flue and it's super hard to do a coating with a bell or a stainless steel liner. But it's just, you need to really prep the surfaces, clean them, make sure that it will adhere to the masonry, you know, and then I don't see that done correctly. So the coating is falling off usually. Yep. Just flaking right off when they do the spray coating. I see that so many times.
It's like painting drywall without cleaning off the dust first.
Exactly.
It just peels right off.
Yeah. That's
it's like anything you do, you have to prep. You apply another coating on top of it.
So I just see people like do it as like a shortcut or something, and they're not doing it correctly to the.
Nowadays we have a thing called Flex Seal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The stuff.
You mean that
the black spray?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm sure they're using that now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
I guess it's a little bit. I guess it's similar to that. It's not the same material.
Yeah, they're just making a joke. It's just you know, everyone throws. I see that shit in gutters.
Yeah,
roof flashings. I see a whole section of roof like sprayed. I'm like,
oh really? Wow.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Shingles don't cost that much.
Yeah,
especially composition.
Yeah,
you know. So
that was the homeowner
or
handyman or whatever.
Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
Somebody came over and did that.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a good. Okay, so here's a good example of the clay liner.
That's the clay liner sticking
out the top,
like 7 or 8 inches above the crown. That's called. But it's supposed to have. A lot of the older chimneys don't have rain caps. So if you don't see a rain cap on your chimney, that's just a simple, cheap thing to do, and that will prolong the life of your chimney by a lot because there is metal bars inset between those bricks.
Yep.
And if moisture saturates into there, those bars expand and crack the chimney. So that would probably be like the cheapest thing you can do to have a good maintenance on your chimney.
Yeah. So I'm going to get into that a little deeper because I'm familiar with that with foundations. So foundations can be compared the same way.
Yeah.
If you have
drainage or something,
you have rebar, steel inside your concrete, and that's what Rory's saying right now is that you have rebar inside here, and if that little cap on that metal, the mortar cap on top has cracks in it, or if it's not done right, water can seep through. And if that water really starts to get at that metal, the metal will rust. And when this metal rusts, it expands, and doesn't matter what's around it, it'll break it.
Exactly.
I've seen this happen and destroy foundations on a house
and chimneys.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
but I've seen it in a foundation, like
got it.
Split it, horizontal crack, 12 feet long.
Yeah.
And it's falling apart. And you got to redo it. So, moisture, once again, moisture is the biggest problem for any house.
Yeah.
Whether it's under your house, it's in your fireplace, doesn't matter.
Moisture can do
Oh, you know what? Well, hang on, sir. What if I just light the fire and dry the moisture? You know what I mean? It's
never thought of that as a solution. That's pretty.
It might work. All right, we're gonna have to split the cost on that one. All right. So,
all right.
So anyway, I'm just trying to make a point. Once again, it's all about moisture. If you see, I mean, how many times have you guys heard me talk about roof penetrations, like 4-inch openings in roofs because somebody removed the old pipe and never went up and fixed the roof? This is a bigger hole that's going into your building, so that there can let water in. And like Rory mentioned earlier, water can come in through the top and then work its way around it and get inside your walls. That I've seen.
Yes, I have seen that.
I've seen
it get in. I don't see it a lot, but I've seen water penetration around into the walls near the chimney for sure.
I'm pretty sure in the past I've caught a few where I'm in the attic.
Yeah.
And there's a big opening around the chimney. I can see down to the first floor, and I saw mold all around. Yeah. All around. And if you look,
that's with the flashing you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I've seen that with the flashings a lot.
It just, the water get in from the roof.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can picture a roof with no skylights, no chimney, no plumbing stacks, the roof's not going to leak.
Yeah.
Unless you pull the shingles off.
It takes off the roof.
So every time you put a penetration in a roof or anything, you're playing with fire. So you have to do it right.
Oh yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Water will find its way.
Yeah. It's called gravity.
Yeah. Well, I one house I owned, there was water getting in through a flashing on the side of my house by just a nail just bumped the flashing out like half an inch from being flush, and a huge puddle formed in my house, just on the side of the house. So it was raining hard.
Yeah.
So the rain had to go sideways, because it was under an eave, and I'm just like, that's amazing how water can get into your house. It's crazy.
Wind driven rain can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. So
absolutely. So I've seen a lot of damage like that. But this is a simple fix. So do we have any pictures in here? I have some of what a chimney cap looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have some pictures. I'm not sure if you have.
Okay. And that's the prefab or the factory built chimney pipe. It has typically an exterior wall and an inner wall. These gases are exhausting out here, and there's spacers that keep it separate. So
you're on the roof right here.
Yeah, I'm looking down the chimney.
Okay.
This gap or space all around is for air to flow and cool the chimney pipe so it won't overheat.
Okay.
So it has like a convection, or it circulates air around this wall, the two walls. Yeah. So it's important to have the right cap because it has an air inlet for this, so the air can exhaust and come in.
Oh, got it. So
having the right parts so it functions correctly are important with the manufactured.
Well, boy, do I have a treat for you.
Okay.
I was going to show you some not correct ones.
Okay. Oh yeah,
this is one of your photos. Explain this one.
Yeah.
Now, this is
that's what you were talking about.
This is in a crawl space, right?
Yeah, this is in a crawl space.
Go for it.
So the water heater has a gas vent. It's called a B vent, and it's supposed to water heaters. When this house is built, they had really old furnaces or boilers or something.
And they had a basement.
They had a basement, yeah. And the exhaust was a lot hotter than it wasn't as an efficient system. So the exhaust would heat up a masonry flue, and you could exhaust the gases for those old furnaces or
the old octopus furnaces.
Yeah.
They look like monsters.
Yeah, they're huge. So, but what happens is when someone gets a new water heater, some contractors will cut corners and vent a gas vent into a brick chimney, and then it won't. By gravity alone, it won't. All the gases won't go up properly.
I gotcha. Yep.
And then it's by. I'm not an HVAC contractor, but I've spoken with many HVAC contractors. By code, they're not supposed to do that. So I always, point it out when I see it because it's not.
You mean so you were talking about a water heater, and now you just mentioned furnace. So were you talking about both?
Furnace or water heater shouldn't be vented through a brick.
And not to mention, there's a big opening at the bottom there with the other pipe is wide open.
Yeah, and sometimes the gases are
coming right back through.
Exactly, yeah.
And going up into the interior. Yeah, it's just bad news right there.
So
well, at least the
you see this a lot. That's why it's a lot actually. It's
at least the brick pointing looks good on that.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad actually.
Mortar looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so end of the road for you. Now let's go to check out my pictures. I think I got them right here. All right, so hang on. I want to take you down memory lane first. So let me do this. So this is.
Oh, that was the house we met.
This is
remembered.
This was my friend's house.
Oh yeah, you have a drone. That was your friend's house?
That was my friend's house.
That's a nice house.
Yeah. So
you mean he was selling it or he bought it?
No, he bought it.
Oh, that was your friend
buying it. Yeah,
I
did the home inspection on it.
Yeah, that was the first time.
And the pool, and you did the.
Oh yeah, I remember you with the drone that day.
Yeah, I asked you to come out and do the chimney. So here's a quick video on this. We'll do a little pan over the roof here. As you can see, there's no chimney caps.
Yeah.
On any of those.
No rain caps.
Yep. So there's nothing going on there. But this is a roof that the Hollywood stuntman here was climbing on. Unfortunately, I only have him climbing the ladder.
Oh, that ladder right there. Yeah, that's the ladder. Yeah.
I only have him climbing the ladder. I didn't have a shot of him on the roof because when I saw him on the top of the ladder, I put the drone away and stood at the bottom of his ladder. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was very nice of you holding it.
I wouldn't have been able to live up myself if you'd have fell off that thing without me holding that ladder, because that ladder looked like it could have just kicked out for me real easy.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried about that.
And I appreciate holding the ladder the whole time. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, so.
Nice view for now.
Yeah, I would have had shots of him doing the bear crawl on the roof, but I was just worried about it. I was really worried about you that day. I was like, he's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your help on that.
Well, you're also younger. When I was young like that, I used to frame houses, and I would climb up we do pitches on roofs like
Yeah,
this, and
that's
I'd be
crazy.
climbing up the top, walking
Yeah.
across it with barely any supports.
Yeah, that's
Everyone thought I was crazy.
Yeah,
Because when you're younger, you just don't fear death.
you don't.
When you get older, you do.
Yeah. Well, like an injury, and you're like, man, that doesn't heal right.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm into my 40s. Yeah. Or
So here's a shot of him.
Yeah, you do have a.
Yeah, so here's the shot of Rory at the top of the ladder, and this is me shooting drone. I'm like, I'm going to catch him up there doing this. This would be cool. I broke out my drone just to see you climbing that, and then I realized what you're about to do. I put the drone away.
Oh, that was a nice view. I was scared to go on that roof without someone holding the ladder. So I appreciated that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, man, that would have been cool to see you do the bear crawl up there. But unfortunately, I didn't get that, people. So that's all I got. But anyways, that was a really high distance from the bottom of this roof to that ground, and it was all concrete. So
yeah, that's true. So yeah, I've mellowed out,
and that's why you climbed up there.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. That's part of your.
That was my camera stuff.
That's your camera set, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So it looks like a spider.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the video camera.
I think you told me I have to check the top of that pull. I had, what do you call it? A pull? You had a pull on that thing or something? A pull test or something?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember what you told me.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to get up there, you said. I'm like,
well,
okay.
that crown. Oh, maybe to put the screen back on.
Oh.
That's probably what it was.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah. But
so yeah, there's screens, but rain can get in there, not to mention all the cracks.
See, now that's the rebar.
Yeah.
See, that's the rebar we're talking about right there.
Yep.
It's the moisture has now gotten to the rebar and it's cracking. So
Yep. So
yeah,
these are pictures I took with my drone.
Yeah, those are good pictures.
So here's a picture of a wood floor underneath the hearth
extension,
just like we looked at earlier. Yeah. So I caught a few of those too.
So you see it a lot. It's very common.
It's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Now
that's a weird.
Look at all this.
Yeah.
A reinforced. Is that too close? I was going to add. That's why I had the picture. I wanted to ask you that.
I don't see any damage to the brick. That could be just for the supporting the floor joists.
No, I'm just saying.
This is.
I'm just saying. Is this wood too close to the fireplace?
Oh, I don't know. Is the hearth right here?
Yeah, it's right. Well, no.
If it's right there, then it definitely shouldn't be under there.
It might be on the other side.
If it's on the other side, I don't know. Yeah.
So it's only where the hearth is. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. That makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Look at the
that's
pointing on this.
Really deteriorated. Yeah.
And this is the one the other chimney guy didn't get under.
Oh, that's a good catch. Good catch.
So.
But there's no wood boards under that hearth extension.
Right.
There's that concrete slab we're talking about.
This is what we should be seeing right here.
Exactly. Yeah. And then more wood boards more pointing.
And more pointing. Yeah. So this thing's sagging.
Yeah.
It's not great. So here's a question for you. Here's a rain. That's
the rain cap. Yeah.
That's the rain cap. Spark arrestor. So I got a question for you. Sometimes I see one cap. Sometimes I see two.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, then sometimes chimney will have two flues for two fireplaces, one backing the other.
You mean like one on the one floor above it?
Yeah, one floor below it and above it, or on the same level on one room. We'll have the firebox for that room, and then on the other facing wall there will be another fireplace.
I see.
Or sometimes a larger fireplace will have two flues,
right?
Dual flues because it needs a bigger flue.
It just needs it.
Yeah, so they'll have dual flues there.
So this one's holding water up here.
Yeah,
very common.
Yeah, very common.
They don't make these metal flashings very sturdy because they just cave in.
Yeah, that's something I see a lot, and then those can start to rust, and then like the nail penetrations, the caulking wears out and leaks.
It's the sun. The sun wears everything out.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is something that's very typical. Most manufacturers of the manufactured fireplaces, a manufactured chimney, require this cover to actually not be resting directly against the wood stucco chase. It has to have a gap all the way around and spacers lifting it off the wood so that if smoke is coming out and heating up the chase cover, it doesn't conduct the heat to the wood. It's called a ventilated
so
chase
the
cover.
I see. So the wood that's underneath that metal,
It should have a gap.
there should be a gap.
clearance. Yeah,
okay. So air can actually come in.
exactly.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
That's majority of manufacturers, not all of them, but majority of them.
Well, and that's hard to tell without a drone,
Yeah,
unless you can walk the roof.
exactly. Well, I
Look
like
at that mess.
Yeah, that's.
Unfortunately,
they put like roof tar up there or something, or what?
No,
they put a wood board up there.
Yeah, there's plywood up there. But
wow!
Unfortunately, I didn't get close enough with my video. This is a video screenshot.
That could be. I don't know what that is. That could be a manufactured chimney with a masonry cap. It could be all. That's FUBAR.
That's a mess.
Yeah, that's a mess. Yeah.
What's FUBAR mean?
Oh, you want to say a swear? Oh, you don't. It's fucked up beyond all recognition.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't know these things.
Okay.
Don't ever think the person next to you knows what you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Rule number 1. Ask
true.
Michael Graham. He knows all about that.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we do here? We have
so
very
that's a really
rusted,
constrictive shroud.
and it's rusted.
Yeah.
So there's constrictive.
Yeah.
It's one issue. Second issue, it's rusted.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We just getting up there and sanding it down and putting some paint on it?
Well,
Or just change it out?
Yeah, you could. I mean, if it's not, the metal hasn't, the integrity of it is still, it's just surface rust, then.
Yeah.
But I would first always check what system it is. Does it allow for a shroud? Some of them, that's a constrictive shroud.
Yeah.
I would probably recommend a shroud that has more airflow than that. But some of them are allowed like that, but it just depends on the manufacturer.
Was that like a bad era or something when manufacturers started making restrictive shrouds? Because I've heard that
these are not, that's custom done, made during construction of the house, like the housing track, or like that was an architectural.
So it's not an approved.
No,
It's just architectural.
Or yeah. So that's the thing I see is like architectural shrouds, and they didn't consult the manufacturer if that was allowed.
Well, I got some more to show you too, because it gets better.
Yeah, but shrouds are allowed, and you just need to follow the guidelines from the manufacturer of the chimney.
Right.
If that's a masonry, that could be a mason. It doesn't look like because it has a chase cover.
I can't remember. Yeah.
But if it's masonry, there's no requirement not to have a constrictive shroud. But if your fireplace is not drafting well, then you should get rid of the shroud. It's like the smoke is not going up the flue easily.
Yeah, it's coming out the front and blackening the front of your fireplace.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, wow. What's that? Oh, that's, so this is the manufactured fireplace and chimney. This is the chimney pipe, ones with all the bends.
Yep.
So this is just a custom made cap for it. And that's not allowed because it needs those air inlets to cool the chimney pipe. And so that's incorrect.
And water's going to get in there.
Yeah. And water will get in from the sides. It's not going to cool the chimney properly.
So they designed that on a Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Like some guy fabricated that. And then there's no screen for sparks to get out. You know?
What's this metal piece right here?
That's just like a rain cap. Bad design for a rain cap. That's something custom made. Yeah, I see that sometimes where they have a V and but you see water getting down there.
Well, this roof had 3 of those.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, that's a good catch on the. That is a manufactured term. That is a cap for a manufactured chimney, and that was designed by the manufacturer.
And that's an approved one.
That's an approved one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That looks okay.
Yeah, that's made from the fireplace manufacturer.
Right here we got.
Oh, yeah. And you have a gas vent right next to the chimney.
Right.
So, yeah, they should be, if they're really close together, I recommend the gas vent be higher than the
than the chimney vent.
Than the chimney vents, so gases are not.
How much higher?
Usually a 2-foot difference is a good.
Yeah. There's a lot to know about these chimneys. Yeah. That's what I'm gathering here during this little afternoon
when they're very
conversation
close together. If they're like further apart, pretty far apart, then
yeah.
Again, no rain cap, and water can just get down the flue and damage the flue, the clay liner.
Yep.
And
these are the benefits of having a drone.
I know the drone. I love my drone.
You take a quick look.
Yeah.
If I'm on site and I see a chimney inspector and he's doing his thing, and I happen to be Hey, you know what? You want to take a look at it right
Yeah.
here? Because I got it right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
great.
nice.
Thank you. And he took a
Yeah.
picture with his phone.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
great.
helped him out, you know?
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah. I mean,
You see that young, handsome guy down there with the black hair? That's
Who is
me when I had black hair and I was 6 feet tall. That's me a long time ago.
you've had a drone that long?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, drones haven't been used that long.
I've had gray hair since I was, I started getting gray hair when I was like 25, 26.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
I was coloring my hair since I was like 30.
Oh, yeah. My
For
brother.
years.
I mean, I'm 40s in my 40s, but my brother, saying dark brown hair, started graying at, I think like late 20s or something.
Yeah, so I used to color my hair, and
Yeah.
that's
Oh, so that is you.
that's me.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, because I've only known you with like salt and pepper hair.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
so the reason why I'm showing you this picture is
Yeah.
because this was my first drone, and
Oh,
this
okay.
was seconds before I crashed it.
Yeah, the drones are way better now.
It fell. It hit the chimney.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, I was going up the side of a chimney like this,
And bam, hit
and
the
I was,
side of it.
I was coming back down, and a big gust of wind. See how close the trees are?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
big gust of wind came right through that little alley, and I hit the lever the wrong way. And I went right into the chimney, and bam! So that was the last time not the last time. It did work afterward. I had it replace the blades on it,
Yeah.
minor fixes.
That's
That's why I put that in there, because I thought it'd be funny.
that is pretty funny, yeah. Yeah, you got the
that's
drones are
Seconds before the crash, everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Drones are great. They're easier to control, the ones I have now.
This would be called a single Wythe.
Exactly.
Did I say it right?
You did, yeah.
Finally.
So, you know, it's funny. Actually, I've looked that up in the dictionary. I didn't look at the pronunciation key, so maybe I'm wrong on that. But the single brick, there's no rebar to reinforce it. So that is definitely an unreinforced chimney, you know? Right. So,
and it looks like it's attached to the house. So the house is holding it up.
Yeah. So majority of the time, these will have sustained, from my experience, structural damage, but every once in a while you see ones, especially ones that have the roof peak right up to almost to the top. They seem to have survived better.
Yeah. Cause there's no movement.
Yeah. It's not
movement.
less movement. Exactly.
Yeah,
but
less movement.
Yeah.
So that's the same shot.
And that's some manufacturers they sell that.
Okay.
Shroud that looks like a manufacturer approved shroud.
All right.
Wasn't
sure.
Yeah. I've seen that in some installation manuals. It could be a manufacturer approved shroud. Again, I always look at the model number and look at
so right here we have a lot of black smoke here.
Yeah. And then these pipes are barely sticking above the chase cover. They should be higher, and they should be at different heights from each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
They look like they're the same, but this one looks like it might be a little taller. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean,
collars,
like a good 2 feet or just,
Okay. Got it.
If there's two fireplaces, if it's the same fireplace with two flues, then you don't need varying heights.
Okay.
But, because they're pushing out the same amount of heat at the same time, they're not going to go back down.
Right.
Yeah. So this is actually like what you said before is a insert or into a brick chimney. Okay. So it's venting.
So that cap's okay.
Yeah. Well, if there is an insert, if that's no insert and you see that, then it's not okay.
I'm going to go
But I've seen caps like this this is what the cap should be, not that if there's no insert.
I'm going to go with that's the wrong cap.
Oh, okay.
This house was a mess.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so sometimes people just buy something and they're like, oh, I'll just and then no smoke will be able to get out of the chimney that way. Because this is for a gas.
Just for the record.
Yeah.
This house is on a hillside.
Oh, wow.
So the very right side of that house goes down. It's almost 4 stories tall.
I was going to say, how did they get up there?
So,
and that roof pitch, right?
I am doing my home inspection around the property.
Yeah.
I did my drone.
The roof pitch is crazy.
And I come around the side and I see a ladder going all the way up to next to that chimney on the left. I see a ladder.
Really, here? Wow.
Yep. And then boom, right behind that, as soon as I walk by the ladder, the chimney guy comes out. And I've seen this guy a couple of times before. He climbed that fucking thing and was standing up there. I'm like,
wow,
balls of steel.
That is scary.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's worse. Way worse.
He had somebody holding his ladder too, by the way.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
But still, that
still
ladder
crazy.
was going like this.
Yeah. On a hillside, that's crazy.
It's like, dude, you could have take a look at my drone. I'd have showed you what it looked like.
Yeah, invest in a drone.
I think he was doing a push test on it. I think he was up there pushing on it.
Yeah, that's
This house had a lot of issues.
Gotcha.
This is my friend's house that you did. That's one of the fireplaces.
That has just the interior decorator.
So
put some pieces of wood in there.
So everybody, this is considered a wood burning?
Yeah, wood burning masonry or brick fireplace. Okay. Yeah.
And what's this gas valve for, sir?
Yeah. So you have this behind the wood, this gas log lighter right there.
Yeah.
So you turn the key to the left and light it with the lighter. And
most people think, oh, I have a gas fireplace.
Yeah. It's just there to start a wood fire.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna light the wood. Then you turn off the valve.
Exactly.
Once the wood's burning. This is very easy to get confused over.
Yeah.
People think about it.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a gas valve. Well, there's a pipe in there. I guess I have it's common sense. I guess I have a gas burning.
I do
fireplace.
get that. What you're saying, the confusion a lot from buyers and home.
If your fireplace looks like this, you have a wood burning fireplace,
that's right.
And it's got a gas log lighter.
That's right.
Inside of it.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So you just light up the log lighter until it burns the wood. Then wood starts burning on its own. You turn the gas off.
Exactly.
Just let the wood burn.
That's right. And that looks like the
okay. Here's a good one for you. A little video for you. Check out that old chimney. I have not seen one of those yet. I'm going to have to ask Rory about that one.
Yeah. So that looks like it may be poured.
Yeah.
So they do have where someone will pour concrete on site. It's like
that looks like a foundation post.
Yeah.
On a hillside
so
home.
they will use like this sometimes the forms for foundation post.
And tell me this, is this not the sexiest fireplace and chimney system you ever seen?
So that's what they did. They built it that way.
1960s.
So it looks like maybe they did that for architectural reasons. And it doesn't conform to masonry code, but you can do that with proper engineering and permits to do that. It's fine.
My opinion of this is that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
It is a pretty ugly chimney. Yeah.
That is an ugly chimney.
But I've seen in mid-century modern, not with the Palace PV stone on it.
That's what this house is, mid-century.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen this has been pretty frequent on mid-century architecture, this style. But they usually will have a more uniform. It doesn't mismatch as much,
I'm not a big fan of the boulders.
Yeah. Yeah. And the PV stone is.
Yeah, I don't like it. This is ugly.
Yeah, it is pretty ugly.
That is pretty ugly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? I've never seen one of those before. And that was just yesterday, by the way. I just saw that yesterday. I'm like, wow, perfect timing.
Yeah, yeah. That was like, because you said, I got to ask Rory about that.
Yeah. And what else did I have up there?
Okay. So that's, wow.
That's a mess.
Yeah.
So let me explain that. I was on
chimneys, huh?
This was a multi-family condominium structure.
Okay, yeah.
I was up on the roof just checking the area above the unit I was doing, and I walked by and I see this. I'm like, I don't think anyone knows about that.
Yeah, that's good.
So I took pictures of it and I brought it down to the realtor. Hey, get this to the HOA, man. That's this big opening right over there on the other side of that. And if the wind blows it off the roof and it hits somebody.
Oh yeah, and also the heat's hitting the roof tiles. Or it's just like a wood shake roof.
That's a cow shake roof.
Oh, cow shake roof. Okay.
That needs to go too.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's just something I found inspecting another unit.
Oh, that's a good catch.
Yeah, I saw that there.
Yeah, so there's guy wires. You can use guy wires to support a pipe sticking above the roof, but it when it's really high, they may not. They're allowed. Like they use them. Manufacturers allow them. Those guy wires. Those wires, or whatever. If you don't want to go back to it, but yeah. So these wires.
No, hang on. Right here.
Yeah. So they'll use guy wires to support it, but when it's really tall like this, it should be a better bracing than guy wires. It's really tall.
They're called guy wires.
Guy wires. Yeah.
Some guy did it.
Yeah, some guy did.
Yeah. It looks like some guy did it.
Yeah, that's right.
Some young guy.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad. Anyway, yeah, moving on. Okay, so in this right here, this is what I find on these flipped houses. And this is, I'm just going to little build up here. We need a little build up here. Let's get some build up going here. All right, so this is,
like, unsolved mysteries or something.
Yeah. I show up to inspect the house because it's for sale and the buyer wants to buy it, and that's why I'm there. And I find this.
Oh, they put a
They got plastic on top of the chimney.
Like this, I'm definitely gonna let
It's
my
like a puddle of
customer
water.
There was a piece of wood on top of that.
Yeah, plastic covering your chimney as a chimney cap. So
The whole roof was a mess. The
chimney-
skylights were a mess. The whole place is a
Yeah.
mess.
been neglected.
So
We flipped the house. Did not even address this at all.
Oh, this is a
Unless
flipped
they're
house.
waiting for
It's ready to sell.
Gonna-
I mean, some of these flipped houses are amazing.
but
What they
at this
don't
point,
do.
I'm here to
They just
inspect the
paint
house,
it,
so
and
should
it's
be ready
like
for sale, and it should be
the,
ready to move in.
yeah,
all the air ducts are duct taped together inside the attic,
Oh,
and
man,
it's like
that's
crazy. Some of the stuff you
the
see.
shit that I find is.
Yeah.
I got a YouTube channel full of it.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
I've seen some of your. Yeah, that's very
a lot
good
of
channel.
a lot of stuff. Yeah, like it's crazy. I could go on for days on that. So we talked about level 1, level 2. You want to chime in on level 3?
Sure. Yeah. Level 3 is the next step after level 2. So if you see something that on a level 2 that you think there may be damage that you can't see, or there's indications that there may have been
Hidden damage or something.
hidden damage, then a level 3 is where you actually open up walls and take apart. You do destructive intrusive testing.
Yep.
And look, you could tear down walls to find out. Like one time someone said, oh, there was a fire. I came to do a level 2, and they're like, there was a fire, they said there was a fire in the wall, or was there smoke coming out of the wall? And I said, well, you're going to need a level 3. And that would be a contractor opening the wall a contractor opening the wall and then resealing the wall and looking for, what happened in there, that's a level 3.
Yeah, you got to investigate it.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of times I go into attics and I find fire damage.
Oh, wow.
And
I've seen that a few times, but you find it a lot. Wow. You mean from chimneys or just in general?
Just in general.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I come down and I'm like, any disclosures about the fire that was in the attic?
Yeah.
No. Everyone's like looking around at each other.
Oh, wow.
Like everyone's in the seller didn't know.
Really?
The seller's realtor didn't know. The seller didn't tell him. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
well, wait a minute, you just told me about an hour ago that the seller's been here for 40 years. So I'm pretty sure he would know there was a fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just got to listen to what people say and hang on to it. Because later on it might come in handy.
That's true.
So yeah, I see a lot of it. I see quite a bit of it. And everyone's in shock when I tell them that, yeah, there was a fire here.
Yeah.
Well, how much of the attic? 2/3.
Really? Wow.
Just all charred.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow. I've seen that.
The supports were good.
Yeah. A few times. Wow.
A lot of times they paint it white.
Oh, interesting.
When you go in an attic and see all white, that means there was a fire.
Yeah. Yeah. They do that sometimes for.
It kills the smell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Coats it and kills the smell.
Yeah. Whatever that.
Fire damage, it smells horrible.
Yeah. Exactly.
It smells cool like a fire, but you don't want to live in it.
No, exactly.
No,
yeah.
and it'll reek through. It'll seep through into your.
Seeps through
living
everything.
room.
The smoke smell.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
My friend's house burned down. I remember nothing. You got to throw out everything basically because it.
Yeah, it's just it either smells or it's burnt, one or the other. So yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, that's interesting for a level 3. It's kind of similar to on a termite inspection. There's level 1, level 2, level 3.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And that's it's along the same lines.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the same thing, but it's along the same lines.
Yeah.
Everybody listening wants to hear a good horror story. Do you have any?
A horror story?
Like a really bad...
Oh, you mean a bad story about a chimney? Yeah, I have so many of those. So I had one where I inspected an apartment building in West Hollywood, and it was a 1920s construct. It was like one of the first apartment buildings probably built in West Hollywood.
Wow.
Off Fountain, near kind of La Cienega and Fountain.
I know what that is,
yeah, that area. So I went, I'm going into each apartment, and people are like, one person said, every time my neighbor downstairs lights their fire, all the smoke comes up into our through our floors.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, all right, well, I'll scope it. I did a level 2, stuck my camera up there, and the mason built the chimney up to the floor joists of the second floor.
And that's it.
So every time they're lighting a fire, they're basically lighting the apartment above on fire. Yeah. And I was like,
shit.
yeah, I was like, what
Wow.
the hell? And then I called my friend who's a chimney conner. I'm like, so I just did this inspection. I just like, can you believe that? And he's like, what was the address? And he's like, oh, I inspected that 10 years ago. And the owner of the apartment building, and they
didn't do anything.
didn't even tell the tenants.
Oh, wow.
So this guy's lighting fire. I'm just like, what? It just blew my mind.
What a
And-
scumbag landlord.
Oh
man.
my gosh.
There's
I
a
mean,
lot of those
well,
out there.
just like,
Dude,
do you
you're a
want your
scumbag.
apartment? Yeah.
That's
yeah.
bad.
I was like, where was the lost in transit or scumbag landlord, you know? And then,
Wow.
yeah. And I'm like, that's when I get really like upset when someone could die or just from negligence or purposely doing things like that, you know? And then the other one that I thought was pretty crazy is this is crazy. So here in Burbank, this guy bought 2 lots, 2 single-family, single-story ranch houses,
Right.
tore them down, left one of the chimneys, and then built a McMansion. And he kept the chimney and built a new house around it. But the contractor, I don't know what happened or why this happened, but the front wall of the chimney was demolished. So it only had 3 sides.
Shit.
So it had, the sides and the back. And then, so he basically, instead of tearing down the chimney, he just put a wood, framed wall opening where the fireplace was and allowed them to be burning fires. And
No way.
they caught their house on fire one time, and it went out. The fire department put it out, and then he said, okay, I'll fix it. And then he just reframed the wall again. That guy should be in jail. That's when I was like, this guy is crazy. Cause he said, oh, I'll fix it. But you look up, you see they're all the way to the top.
Now, was he living in it or renters?
The owner, the guy who had the house built, was living in it. But
Okay.
he was like, oh, the guy told me to fix it because our house caught on fire. And we had had the fire department. And then he said he fixed it. I'm like, no. But doing that twice, doing it the first time is pretty unforgivable. They almost died, right? If they didn't have and then he did it again.
Did they sue him?
I think they were getting inspections to see all the defects.
Yeah.
They were, I think, for a lawsuit. I don't know. Yeah, what came of that?
I can kind of envision you on those jobs going, hey, excuse me, can you call the owner over? I just want to have a word with him.
Yeah. Well, not the owner. The he trusting this contractor, man, is like.
Well, the owner knew about it and he didn't fix it, right?
Well, he said he fixed it. Like he had the contractor redo it a second time.
But who said he fixed it? The contractor said he fixed it?
Yeah, the contractor.
So the owner just believed him.
He believed him the second time.
Okay,
And then
so
now
it's the
he didn't.
contractor. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I guess he was just noticing that this house is FUBAR and they had
What's that mean again?
fucked up on all recognition. And he had like sewer inspector, mold inspector. He had every home inspectors, everyone was there when I was there. But to me, that was like unforgivable that a contractor would do something like that.
That's a little
That's
crazy.
a horror story to me. That was pretty crazy.
So let's see. Now, do I have any horror stories about fireplaces? I do. I have too many of them. That's the thing. I mean,
just think of one that sticks out in your mind.
There's just too many times where, I don't do so many of those anymore, but in the years past, I used to do a lot of early 1900s houses.
Oh yeah.
And I just get sick of doing them because there's so many problems with them.
Yeah.
And the crawl spaces are really tough to get into.
Yeah.
And so I kind of started straying away from those a bit. Like nowadays, I don't want to touch them unless they've been remodeled.
Mm.
So I know it's not going to be as problematic.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it'll be right, but it won't be as bad.
Yeah.
So most of the time, I'm up on the roof and there's just, the chimney just stops right at the roof.
Yeah.
There's a piece of wood on it with a rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always just scratch my head and I'm just like, okay, why not just take the whole thing down?
Yeah.
If it's in that bad a shape, you just brick by brick. You just
Yeah,
hit
the
it with a
bricks are falling
hammer,
apart. Yeah.
throw it in the driveway, get a dumpster,
Yeah.
then just rebuild the wall
Yeah.
and be done with it. Why are you just hanging on to this? This one, see, I'm sure that some people out there listening are really into fireplaces. I think they look great.
Yeah.
But after a while, if you're not using it and it just becomes deteriorating or you bought a house where it's such a problem to fix. I don't understand the point of keeping it. It's not holding up your house.
No, it's not.
It's only a matter of time before it gets worse. Why would you want to sink 20, 30, 40 grand? Is it more than that?
With something that old, and if it's a big 2-story, yeah, it could get in that 30, 40 range. Yeah.
You could go buy a car for that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or buy some new furniture or just get rid of the damn thing. I don't understand the point of, if some things are just beyond fixing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the ones I've seen were definitely beyond fixing because they weren't reinforced. The pointing was falling apart. The bricks were just coming loose. I mean, I don't understand why, living in California, why you would just want to fix those things. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Well, if there are HPOZs that, you would have to fix it correctly. If you were going to fix it, you wouldn't, because you has to maintain it. Yeah, I know.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion of seeing this all the time.
Yeah.
I just, people cringe when they hear the fees, because sometimes I'll be there.
Yeah.
And there'd be a chimney contractor who happens to do the work too. And he'd be like, well, that's going to cost about this much to do all this work. And I'm like,
I know that it gets expensive sometimes.
You can buy all new window shades for the house. You can redo the driveway. You can do all kinds of stuff with that money.
Yeah.
No one cares about your fireplace.
It depends. Like you said, there's probably people that are really, that's the thing, I don't know. Like I was in this house.
I'm not trying to put you out of work.
No. But I was funny. Like you said, some people really dig fireplaces. I was in this really new construction in, where is that area? It's not Brentwood. It's before Brentwood in Mandeville Canyon. And it was like probably like a $60 million house, like huge complex,
right?
All new, very expensive gas fireplaces. And the guy was like, I want them to look like traditional fireplaces, like wood burning fireplaces. There are gas ones that look like that. He's like, he was willing to tear out.
Well, obviously he has a big wallet.
Yeah. I'm just saying there's some people that care that much, and then he was like, he's buying a brand new house and he's willing to put in another couple $100,000 because there's a bunch of fireplaces all, like the look of them. I'm like,
yeah, man.
All right. If this guy was ultra wealthy, so it didn't matter to him, but to him, that's what was important, so it just depends on the person, I guess, but for the average Joe, it can be expensive to do, repairs sometimes especially the older houses.
I tried to find a picture of a tilt-up chimney, so I'm going to look one up right now because I want to go over that.
Okay, sure, yeah, we can do that. That is poured in a factory, and one big piece, and it's driven on a big flatbed truck and dropped on the ground and then tilted up, and then they build the framing around it.
Right.
That's why it's called a tilt-up. But most commonly in the Southern California area, the main manufacturer in Long Beach was called Rampart General. That was the manufacturer. There's other manufacturers in different areas of the country, but that was the main manufacturer.
Now, why did they crack? Because they dropped them off a truck.
Yeah, exactly. That was so you know that.
No one thought that one through, did they?
Yeah.
Let's pour it in a factory. Let's deliver it and just drop it on the ground.
Yeah.
It won't crack.
Yeah.
And that's why all of these things have cracks everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of them do have cracks.
I've seen many.
Yeah. It's very common. And it's funny. I did research on it. There is only a crack in that area that you're talking about right above the fireplace opening there's no approved repair from the company to fix that. So usually you're supposed to replace those when they have cracks that go through like that.
So the manufacturer is the one who decided to deliver it, right? Am I right?
Yeah, they're no longer around, but yes.
Right. So let's just break this down a little bit for everyone who's just joining in now.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a big audience out there that wants to say hi to you. Sorry. Studio audience, say hi to everybody.
You guys, thanks.
So anyway, a tilt-up chimney,
Yeah.
it was just a foobar from the beginning.
Oh, you mean the whole idea of it?
The whole idea.
Yeah.
So basically, they manufactured these chimneys, which means they were made in a factory. And now, how do we get this heavy? It's all poured concrete, right?
Yeah.
Poured concrete and rebar,
2
right?
feet, 2 stories. or 1 story.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how do we get it to the houses? So in other words, this chimney was not built on site. It was delivered to the site.
Yeah.
And then it was literally laying on the ground because a flatbed truck dropped it off. But the problem was when the flatbed truck dropped it off, it caused it to crack right where the fat part, the base, meets the flue. Is it when I call it the flue?
Usually where the crack is actually mostly seen is in the, or I've seen, and the most failure is, the breastplate on a,
right.
It's usually a vertical crack or a crack in that area that leads to the shoulder area.
Which would make sense because there's so much length to this thing.
Yeah.
It's just all that stress just made it fail because it probably wasn't thick enough.
Yeah.
It's thick, but it probably wasn't thick enough. They didn't think that through.
It's not very thick, actually, to be honest.
So I'm just saying. So basically, this thing was delivered, dropped, probably cracked as soon as they dropped it.
Yeah.
No one knew at that point. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew the consequences of that.
Yeah.
And then what they do is they stand that thing up like it's pictured here, and there you go. So great, you got a brand new cracked chimney. And just no one knows it yet.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't inspected yet.
And then it gets inspected, and then people are like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. And now you're saying the best part, the closer on this, is the manufacturer doesn't have a repair for it.
Yeah, they don't. They don't have an.
So are they saying to take them down?
Well, since it's a lab tested system, you're supposed to go by the approved guideline repairs from the manufacturer.
Right.
And they said for cracks that are going through the surface all the way through, cracking through, is a non-repairable damage. So that happened before they went out of business. So there isn't anything, unless someone came along and did, a testing authority and did new testing. And I don't know of anyone that done that and then got an approval from a UL or underwriter's lab or something to correct that. There is no approved repair to correct that. So, and then there's been, I've read there's been court cases that say you need to follow the manufacturer's guidelines on this damage for that specific chimney defect.
Right.
That have been settled in court. So I just go by what the manufacturer approved repairs are when I see it.
Right. So just to get into it a little more, because I like to try to be as clear as I can on the show here. Yeah. Because I don't know if someone's just listening or watching. Because you can watch this on YouTube or you can listen to it on Apple or Spotify or whatever. Exactly. So when you walk up to a house with one of these chimneys, it looks like a brick chimney.
Yeah, it does. It's patterned
because it's concrete. A pattern on the outside, but it's actually just solid concrete. So it's not a brick and mortar chimney. It's not built on site. It's delivered to the site and then stood up and fastened. And there you go. They build the house around it.
Exactly.
That's how they did it. So yeah, these are a problem from day one. And typically I see these on like a 1970s house.
Yeah, they're very, very prolific in like Agora Hills area, Simi Valley a lot.
I was recently there and I saw a whole bunch
in like Northridge, Chatsworth, like Thousand Oaks area.
Yeah, I'm going to Simi tomorrow. I'm sure I'm going to see some more in Simi tomorrow.
Yeah, so that area I see them a lot. Yeah.
So that's the story on these tilt-up chimneys. Yeah, it's a problem if you really want to use it and it's cracked.
Yeah. I had recently, I did an inspection and the listing agent went ballistic on me when I told her it had a crack in it and that there's no approved repair. And that's why I don't like listing agents being there sometimes. They make it worse sometimes, I think.
Yes.
It's better just to have the buyer and the buyer's agent. And that's my opinion and my experience.
And it's not your job to have a debate.
Yeah.
And I try to express that to customers too.
Yeah.
I'm not there to debate my findings with anybody.
Yeah.
I don't care who's standing there.
Yeah.
I'm just here to tell you what I found.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to you in a nice comprehensive report.
Yeah.
And then y'all can discuss it amongst yourselves after that.
Exactly.
Unless you don't understand something, you can call me and I can answer the question. But I'm not going to get in a pissing match with a listing agent or the homeowners there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I just had that fixed. Well, you probably not, because I wouldn't have told you it was broke.
Yeah.
Why? I'm not here to make up shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to do that. Trust me. Every house has its level of neglect.
Yeah.
So,
I totally agree. That's like my thing. I was saying, like,
right.
dealing with new construction and then the builder's not fixing what he's supposed to be fixing. And yeah.
So let me ask you this. I know you don't do the repairs.
Yeah.
But if you had to assemble an average cost.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Let's say
Yeah.
you took a whole bunch of houses.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
so
I know
what is
things typically
what is
cost,
an average cost on what's the typical, let me put it this way. What's your typical findings
Oh, okay.
on a brick chimney?
Yeah.
What would the cost be typically to fix it on most of your homes?
So on a brick chimney, it's usually there is flue liner work to do because there's cracks or those missing mortar coatings worn off.
Okay.
So that could range anywhere typically from around 3,500 to 5,000 on a 1-story.
Mm-hmm.
On a 2-story, it could range from like 4,500 to 7,000 on a 2-story for that kind of work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad actually.
Yeah.
45, $7,000. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Something around there.
Now, what do you find with like a metal flue, prefab?
Prefab, yeah. So that's the thing. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to bring up on the prefab. That now you reminded me of something I really wanted to. I see a lot is the prefabs. I showed you those pipes that were really bent and damaged.
Yeah.
So that's something you can see a lot where the pipe has a disconnection or a bend, and so you would usually fix that if there are parts still available. So. The manufacturers, half the manufacturers that are around in the 70s and 80s are gone.
Oh, wow.
So they're no longer business. So the parts haven't been made for a long time and you don't have parts to fix the chimneys.
Is there an aftermarket business like they have in the car business for stuff like that?
Yeah, so that's another thing is there isn't. You're supposed to only use the manufactured UL approved parts from the manufacturer on these systems. Yeah. So you can rebuild brick chimneys with UL approved metal chimneys, but you have to use the parts for a whole manufactured fireplace. You have to use the parts that were manufactured for that fireplace. So the cost can be pretty high if there's no parts to fix the chimneys. Right. So if you can't get parts, then you're supposed to replace it or don't use it, but you would have to replace the whole system and that can get costly.
Just put the couch right in front of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it depends on, like you said, way. That's like you said, like, why put the money? Some people don't want to do that. Right. So, but, that could, if you have to replace it without doing new finish work, like mantles and marbles, whatever, decorative materials you put around the fireplace opening, it can be anywhere from like 10,000 depending on what you buy, the new system, 10 to 20,000 to replace it. To do a correction could be anywhere from like 5 to 10 for a new reinstallation of the chimney pipe.
Oh, okay.
Depending on how long the run is and difficulty of it.
Right.
Yeah, if you can get parts.
So what final words do you have for somebody who's about to buy a house that has a one or two fireplaces? What would you tell them to be concerned about or...
Well, it is a good idea. I mean, you're supposed to, during a sale of a house, you're supposed to get your chimneys inspected. That would be a good idea to get somebody to do a level 2 inspection. Okay. I would advise that because otherwise you don't know. There's no way to know.
Right. It's the unknown.
It's the camera. Yeah. So, we live in an area that have earthquakes. They have damaged chimneys and you can't see. Some people have no idea they have a damaged chimney.
Sure.
Homeowners, they're not disclosing it because they don't know because they never got a level 2 inspection. So
it's not against the law not to know something.
Yeah. So that, especially in this area, just a lot of things that can affect chimneys. So it is a good idea to get a level 2 inspection.
So let me jump in now on that. That was a good explanation.
Yeah.
Now, as a home inspector, don't count on your home inspector to do a level 2 inspection. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. They're going to do a level 1, which is a minimal.
Yeah.
They cannot get into the nooks and crannies like we just looked at here. So level 2 inspection, realtors, when you schedule your home inspector, schedule your chimney inspector if there's a fireplace or chimney in the house.
Yeah.
Well, they all come together, but you know what I mean. So with that being said, I think we're out of stuff to talk about for now.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can do another one later. I'm sure I always come up with stuff when I start watching this. Later, I'll be like, you know what? We should have talked about this, and this.
Okay. Yeah, this is great.
We covered a lot.
Thanks for inviting me.
We've been here 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. Thanks for inviting me. That was great.
Oh, no. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
And thanks for, trying to explain stuff with me and help me. Because I learned something from this. I learned a few things, going back and forth it's always educational.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rory, how do people find you if they want to hire you to do a level 2 on their house?
So you can go to my website, Chimney Doctor, fully spelled out, ChimneyDoctor.net, or call 818-352-5862.
Cool. And what does a basic chimney inspection cost?
Oh, typical chimney inspection for one fireplace. Usually they charge by the fireplace because is around $350.
Okay,
around $350. It could be more. Some of my competitors charge more. But it's in that range. Yeah.
Okay.
$350.
So probably minimum is like $350.
Yeah.
And a little higher sometimes.
Yeah. If you have multiple fireplaces, then the prices go up.
Of
It's
course.
usually charged per fireplace, but and usually it's discounted for
the second one.
the second one. Exactly.
That's understood.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Another episode. This is episode 24 on the podcast. And remember, if you're buying a house and it's got a chimney, don't panic. Just call Rory. He'll take care of it for you.
Yep.
Thanks, Rory.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you, and thanks for the
Thanks,
info.
John.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Okay, just a friendly reminder. If you're buying a home, don't panic. Home Inspection Authority's got you covered. You can schedule us online by going to homeinspectionauthority.com 24/7, or you can call us at 800-950-8184. We offer general home inspections, mold inspections and testing, sewer camera inspections, indoor air quality testing, swimming pool and spa inspections, and light commercial inspections. We use specialized tools to provide the most thorough inspection possible, such as drone or roof inspections that are not accessible, crawlbot or under homes in tight crawl spaces to get to those areas otherwise not accessible, and we use thermal imaging technology as well. So give us a call at 800-950-8184. Or like I said, you can schedule online at homeinspectionauthority.com 24/7.